I have a long history with this movie because it used to play all the time on the Sci-Fi channel's Halloween marathon.
Okay.
And I hated it as a kid. And I think mostly because the TV version of it is so boring.
Oh, yeah.
Once you take out the kills and stuff from this movie, it gets...
What do you even have at that point? Yeah, okay.
But it's grown on me over the years. I enjoy it a lot more now than I did previously. Halloween 3 was an attempt by producers Deborah Hill and John Carpenter to redirect the series into an anthology, wherein each new Halloween film would be a self-contained story. Halloween 3 underperformed at the box office and ended up being the last Deborah Hill, John Carpenter produced Halloween film. So it didn't really work out.
Sure. They had done the first three?
Yeah, they did the first three.
Okay. And like number 1 and 2 both feature Michael Myers.
2 is a direct continuation of the original, and after they did 2, they were like, where do we go with this? We don't want to keep doing Michael Myers stuff. So they attempt to turn it into an anthology, which maybe would have worked if they did it for Halloween 2.
Sure. Right. No, because at that point, we've established Michael Myers is this franchise.
This is the problem. People are going into this movie expecting a very modern 80s slasher, and instead you get this weird retro sci-fi movie.
Sure, yeah.
So I can see why this disappointed audiences, although it's not a terrible movie. I used to really hate this movie, but it's grown on me over the years, and for a couple of reasons. First, this movie looks great. The cinematography and art direction are very well done.
Well, Dean Cundey.
Yeah, Dean Cundey.
The guy who shot Jurassic Park and so many other just fantastic films, yes.
It's the same cinematographer from the first 2 Halloween films, and it's shot on Panavision anamorphic, and it has that classic Panavision look.
That look, yeah.
And it has the classic Halloween look. This looks like a Halloween movie, whereas the next one doesn't at all look like the first 3. It's so cheap and shitty. It has a great original score by John Carpenter and Alan Howarth, and it's much different than the Halloween score, but still a great score. Very synthy and 80s.
It's very Carpenter, you know. I would say my one critique of the score, yeah, it's not doing the Halloween theme, but it's also got this like ding 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 ding.
A lot of tones, but I think it fits for the themes of the film.
Yeah, it keeps you like on edge. It's almost like a train's gonna come by any second and hit you, you know?
My third reason why I've let this movie grow on me, despite not having a lot of kills, Halloween 3 does some pretty creative, original, and memorable death scenes, and has an extremely bleak ending, which is kind of unique for early 80s movies.
Yeah, the kills are few, but they're pretty neat.
They're cool and very original.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, you're stabbed against the wall again. It's
big
like,
spoiler alert, the whole ending of this movie involves the mass genocide of lots of children. Which is quite a dark ending.
I mean, children and the households in which they are in.
It's a very polarizing movie. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm gonna go ahead and recommend Halloween 3 and give it 3 stars. What's interesting about Halloween 3 is the blend of witchcraft and classic science fiction. This film is meant to be like a throwback to classic sci-fi films of the 60s. Unfortunately, if you're not nostalgic for sci-fi films of the 60s, I think this movie kind of misses its mark. And that's why I think initially audiences were upset with this film.
Sure.
What do you think, Russ? What's your review? Do you recommend this one?
You know what? I do recommend it. I'm also going to give it 3. I enjoyed the ride. Again, I don't really have expectations for any of the Halloween movies, and so I was actually pleasantly surprised. And yeah, it had weird parts or whatever, but the kills were sweet, and like you're saying, kind of unique and creative, and we'll get into it in a second.
It's a movie. It's thoughtful. It's like purposefully made.
Yeah.
It's not junk.
Right.
Halloween 3 is available on Peacock.
That's where I watched it.
You can watch it on the cock. There's a Blu-ray and 4K disc available. Let us know what you think about Halloween 3. Is this a film that you watch every year, or is this one that you leave off of the Halloween horror-thon?
Yeah, sure.
Halloween 3 opens on Saturday, October 23rd, 8 days before Halloween, with a terrified man being chased in Northern California. The man is Harry Grimbridge, and he's being pursued by mysterious men in suits. He makes it to a gas station before he collapses, and is taken to a hospital where we meet the film's protagonist, Dr. Dan Chalice, who's played by Tom Atkins.
Good old Tom.
Yeah.
Good old Tom.
I think this is Tom Atkins' first starring role.
Is that right? He wasn't in The Fog?
He's in The Fog, but he's not a star.
Was that after? Oh, he was. Okay.
He's like a side character.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
He was in a lot of TV shows and shit. Tom Atkins is a fine actor, and he does a good job with this role, but it's not a very likable protagonist. He's a drunk, he's constantly late and missing playdates with his children, and he's always scapegoating his ex-wife, who the film portrays as being unreasonable. It feels like a deadbeat dad wrote this screenplay to gaslight his ex.
And he was like, no, it's fine because I was solving crimes, you know?
What the fuck?
No, he's just a drunk, loser who doesn't want to hang out with his kids because he's too busy fucking younger girls, you know?
God bless Tom Atkins, Russ. He's not in shape to do full rear nudity, but he does it anyways.
Oh yeah. It was the 80s, Gary.
So now Harry Grimbridge is at the hospital in the care of the mildly drunk Dr. Dan Chalice when one of the mysterious henchmen shows up and murders him with their bare hands.
Dude.
Just breaks this guy's face.
Yeah, pinches through his eyeballs and like crushes his nose. It was like pretty cool.
Yeah, and then he just calmly exits the hospital and self-immolates. Dr. Dan links up with the beautiful daughter of the murdered store owner, Ellie Grimbridge, and they investigate his death by traveling to Santa Mira, California, where they uncover a conspiracy involving Silver Shamrock Novelties, a company that manufactures this season's hottest Halloween masks, for which Dr. Dan is familiar because the advertising campaign for these masks has been unavoidable, playing everywhere from hospitals to bars.
Yes, on TVs, radio, you name it, it was playing. This, like, London Bridge is falling down. 6 more days to Halloween. That shit plays
It's pretty annoying.
14 times in the movie, Gary. Over 14 times that damn song in the movie.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. I mean, it works towards it because we are counting down towards this ultimate doomsday, essentially. And it's so, like, childlike, but also it's about London Bridge falling down, you know. That song was chosen, I read, because it was in the public domain.
Oh yeah, that's the only reason. Because it's an earworm. It's something that people have already heard. It's gonna kind of stick with them.
Yep, exactly. So, but you know, it worked. It was annoying, but again, I guess to good effect because the character's annoyed until it seems more like a scary thing, you know.
Yeah. Well, once Ellie and Dr. Chalice have made it to Santa Mira, Dr. Chalice has a run-in with an ornery town drunk. He's like mouthing off about Cochran and the Silver Shamrock factory. And then the next thing you know, the guys in the suits just grab this homeless man. And did you have the same perception of this scene that I did? They grab this guy and they force him to his knees, and it looks like they're gonna like force this vagrant to blow them. And the way they shot this scene is fucking hilarious. Like, did they just not understand that this was going to look like that? Or
it's going to look like that? I don't know.
And then when they finally get the guy down on the knees, they rip his head off. And you're like, oh, okay.
They had to get head some way, Gary.
Yeah. We'll show you to talk. We're going to stuff our cocks in your mouth.
Open your mouth, close your eyes.
No wonder this guy isn't like living in Santa Mira.
Yeah.
This takes the term company town to a whole other meaning.
Company?
Yeah.
Yeah, company town. It's an interesting idea, like this little setup that they've done where, you know, this old man, this drunk and this younger woman who are now sleeping together come out to this town, and yeah, it's owned by the company. So everybody who lives there,
everybody's kind of spying on them. It's kind of like
company,
it's like a Orwellian, like futuristic kind of surveillance thing going on.
And these sort of towns exist. Is the thing that towns that were set up by the company.
Yeah, I used to work in Vernon, California. Vernon, California is a town where like the population is almost entirely at one point made up by people in the government. So it was like a complete scam.
So you always had to be giving people head, or?
Yeah, pretty much. If the cops pull you over in Vernon, you better get ready to suck because you ain't getting to work until you're finished.
Okay.
And if the one cop, if he has too good of a time, he might call his buddies over. And then you got to blow the whole fucking platoon.
Damn.
And you better have brought a bottle of water with you that day. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
After posing as a married couple, Ellie and Dr. Chalice befriend a visiting salesman and gain access to a factory tour where Dr. Chalice uncovers that Silver Shamrock and the proprietor Cochran are plotting a mass genocide triggered by their mask commercial, which plays to the tune of London Bridge is falling down.
Right.
And the death mechanism is demonstrated in a scene at the Silver Shamrock factory where Buddy Kupfer and his family are brought into a back room dressed up like a living room. Under the guise of getting opinions on some TV ads, the TV begins playing the jingle, which activates the Stonehenge fragment in the little boy's mask, killing the Kupfers in a very unique way. The mask melts onto the kid's head and his face distorts and bugs and snakes and shit pour out of his throat.
What the hell? It's
pretty interesting.
It's definitely a weird mechanism. I'm not quite sure what happened to this child's head, but it's probably gruesome. It melts into bugs and spiders. And then these snakes go around and bite the family. And so everybody dies in this like room and just foreboding of what is to happen. They stole a chunk of Stonehenge.
Yeah.
And they put chunks, they break it into
They didn't steal a chunk. They stole an entire part of the fucking Stonehenge monument. And it's like in the beginning of the movie, there's like a news report. They're like, Stonehenge is missing. And
I don't understand actually how it works. Like
I don't understand how it works either.
It's witchcraft.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's magic.
Pseudoscience. But yeah, it seems ridiculous though that you are, because he's got a microchip in it, right?
It's just, what's a movie before people understood what a fucking computer chip was? So you could just tell the audience whatever.
Oh, it's a microchip. Oh shit, that's dangerous.
This microchip's gonna make snakes pour out of your ears.
But it's
like,
also got
I guess that's how it works.
Dust from Stonehenge on it. Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's just that tech scare, etc.
It's just magic at this point. If it's technology that you don't understand, it's basically just magic.
And then a little bit before that, when they're staying at a hotel, there's a woman.
The Rose of Sheridan, or the Rose of whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Some sort of Irish.
Yeah.
Something or other. But there's a woman in a farther down hotel room.
You're talking about Marge.
That was actually another one of my favorite kills.
When the misfire happens and her face is all fucked up.
The button falls off her mask, and then for whatever reason she's like fucking with it, and it shoots a laser into her face, and then when we see her again, her mouth is like blasted open.
Yeah.
And there's some bugs crawling out of it. It was gnarly. Definitely the best effect in the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about that casting? That's Tom Atkins' real life wife.
Oh.
His age-appropriate real-life wife.
Interesting.
Who wouldn't be cast to be the love interest, but she's cast as the character actress.
Why wouldn't she cast as the love interest? Tom was like,
because
listen, I want to make
nobody
out
wants
with a
to look
younger
at
woman.
fucking Marge for 90 minutes.
Yeah, that's why they blasted her face off. You think Tom Atkins kept that like really open mouth prop?
Oh yeah, he loved it. He kept the mutilated face of his wife with the blowjob mouth. He kept it in the back closet. Jamie Lee Curtis, whose career was at a real lull after Halloween. This was like before she did Trading Places.
Okay.
She's the voice on the loudspeaker in Santa Mira.
Right.
And the original Michael Myers, Dick Warlock, is one of the suited henchmen.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
The suited henchman?
Dick Warlock, not to be confused with his wife, Vagina Magician. Vagina Witch.
Easily confused, you know. Their names are pretty much the same, and they probably look about the same.
Am I speaking with Dick? Can I talk to Vagina Witch?
Yeah, but I don't know about anyone who would be named Richard and be like, call me Dick. Like,
you'd rather be rich.
Yeah. I'd rather be rich than a dick.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a generational thing, and Dick wasn't such a weird name to the boomers, and now it's kind of like people would rather go by Rich.
Right. Yeah.
I don't meet a lot of dicks. Except for
you live in Hollywood. Yeah. It's a surprise.
Except for when the cops pull me over.
And it's funny you talking about a couple, while we're still stopped on different things. The old man, what's his name?
Conal Cochran?
Conal Cochran, who owns the
Dan
the
O'Hurley.
Dan O'Hurley, yeah, sure.
Great performance.
He's the old man in RoboCop.
Yeah.
He's good at playing corporate bigwigs who are scumbags.
Oh, yeah. I think he had a long career before this, too.
Doing a similar roles, or what?
No. I think he was like a leading man in the 40s.
Oh,
he's probably
okay.
aged into doing the older characters. But I think he was a pretty well-known actor.
Well, he's great. The AI robots. So
I don't know if they're AI robots, but they're robots.
They're robots. They're kind of run on like, you know, like
they're even like there's like when they
cogs and shit, right?
Yeah, they're like ancient robots. They're not really AI.
Right. Because they don't have intelligence.
I would assume not. They're basically wind-up toys.
They just do the bidding of the the magic bidding.
Whatever. Obviously, the technology didn't exist yet, but they're autonomous drones of some sort. And there's that scene where Tom Atkins thinks he's like found the old woman knitting, and it's a ancient robot.
Right. Do you think it's
a creepy scene?
You think it's a comment on like
automation?
Yeah, automation and robots taking our fucking jobs, Gary.
They took your job! They took your job!
Conal Cochran captures Dan and Ellie, and he locks Dan up with the mask on before Dan O'Hurley gives a great monologue where he explains his plan to resurrect ancient rituals from his native Celtic lands by sacrificing children at Samhain, the pagan celebration of the coming winter. It's a great performance of some less than stellar material.
Sure. It's funny because he starts off the whole thing being like, I don't need a reason, but let me tell you my reasons.
Yeah, the reasons doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense. I guess you could just assume the guy's evil and he fucking hates kids or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to play a joke on the children. It's like, what? kind of weird joke. Sarwin, you know about this? It is an ancient Celtic thing. It draws back from hundreds of years ago, and it was
all I know about is the Danzig album, which I always thought was Sam Hain.
Oh.
So
yeah, okay. Well,
it's all new to me, Russ.
Sarwin. I guess is how it's pronounced, but it is spelled Sam Hain. What the hell, Celts? Spell something right for once.
Yeah.
I got some.
Speak English.
I have some cousins who have Celtic names, and I do know my cousins' names, but I cannot read their names because it's like every silly, it's just too many letters.
Well, they got a language over there called Gaelic, which again is what I do to the cops when they pull me over in Santa Mira, California.
Nice. So you'd fit right in and
fit right in Irish culture, yeah.
Kissing the blarney.
Oh, we all blow the cops around here, lad.
Top of the morning to you.
It's how our society runs. If nobody blows the cops, then you're going to have problems and civil unrest. Dr. Dan rescues Ellie and they defeat the evil Cochran by playing the trigger video and dumping a box of the Stonehenge computer chip medallions from the ceiling rafter, which kills everyone and
because they misfire? Like upon hitting the ground, their little chips shoot off?
Yeah, they're triggered by playing the video, which makes them kill everyone. Right. And then Cochran, there's like a weird effect where I guess he turns to stone. Not a very fulfilling end to Cochran. But
everybody else blows up and he turns to stone. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the whole factory burns to the ground, which is a kind of a bad composite shot.
Right.
Everybody dies, and
everybody does kind of die. Right?
Dan and Ellie escape. And then we get to our final big twist here, which is Ellie attacks Dan as they're driving away, and she's revealed to be one of Cochran's robots. Turns out the smoking hot 20-something that's banging fat drunk Tom Atkins is a honeypot, a robot sent to convince Dr. Chalice to take a trip to Santa Mira so Cochran could neutralize him. It doesn't really make sense, because if Ellie didn't show up, Dr. Dan would still be getting shit-faced at the local bar.
My impression was that she got replaced by a robot.
I would assume that she was a robot from the beginning, because why would this beautiful woman be interested in fat deadbeat dad Dan?
Yeah.
Who's really grabbing nurses' asses.
Because he showed he cared or something about her dad? He
cared so much about that murdered man after he saw how hot his daughter was.
Yeah, right. At some point, they're like making out in bed. He's like, wait, how old are you? And she's like, old enough. And he's like, that's fine.
Yeah.
How old do you think she was? She was 20-something, right? She was legal.
Probably early 20s. I hope she's legal. Yeah. Man, Russ, if she's not legal, that really makes this movie take a dark twist, because now we're talking about like sex trafficking, crossing state lines with minors, and Cochran was right to fucking lock this guy in the room if he's that much of a problem.
Yeah. Melt that guy's head.
Yeah.
Fucking scumbag.
Definitely keep him away from kids and novelty toys, because Dr. Dan's a little bit questionable with his activities.
I think she does say she lives in California away from her dad, so that
she lives in LA, yeah.
Yeah, so I would assume she lives on her own, therefore she is of age. She turns in, she's like, oh, I'm a robot. She attacks him. Car crashes? I forget.
No, I don't know if the car crashes or if he just kind of pulls her arm off and she gets out of the car. She's out of the car with one arm attacking him.
Right. Yeah, there is some sort of
great performance by Stacey Nelkin. The acting in this movie is pretty solid. It's a little bit like the dialogue and some of the stuff's a little bit cheesy.
Sure.
So it's got a little bit of a older sensibilities, like the 60s sensibilities.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, that comes across, but again, it didn't take me out of it.
But enjoyable performances from Tom Atkins and Dan O'Hurley.
They do use Thorazine at some point, which is the medication they give to Michael to calm him down.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of like a little Halloween little tidbit there.
Whatever they're doing to Michael, it seems to be working. So I'm glad
they're giving it a... I think it was to calm down the doctor there.
Yeah.
But either way.
Nah, whatever SSRIs Michael Myers is on are definitely helping, and he's not killing people every 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, just keep pumping them full of that. All the robots full of like a baby food goo, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, the weird yellow slop.
Yeah, I wonder if it tastes good.
Probably does taste good.
I mean, it's just robots. It's not like it's...
We run all our robots off applesauce. It's an ancient Irish technique.
That's why they're so evil. For some reason. And Did you finish?
I feel like you kind of figure out when you're watching this movie that those things are robots way earlier.
Pretty early. Yeah.
Because I guess the big reveal is when Tom Atkins punches it in the gut, and it's like, oh, this is a robot.
Right.
But you know way before because they act so robot-like.
Right. So he escapes. He's running. He gets back to the.
He's back to the gas station attendant from the
yeah.
original, from the opening of the film. And what's interesting is, so he's calling all the TV stations trying to get them to take the ad off of TV.
Right, because there's kids coming in. It's Halloween night. The ad's going to go up.
The ticking clock is really accelerated. It's about to happen.
It's going to happen.
And what's interesting is the TV stations actually pull the commercial, or two of them do.
Two of them.
2 out of 3. And then the movie ends with a cliffhanger of the final one. He's screaming for it to stop, insinuating that they're going to play it and there's going to be a mass genocide.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I heard that the original ending actually, you started to hear the screams of children across town, like.
That's fucking dark.
But then they didn't have that. Instead, they kind of did live it on this cliffhanger. Yeah. And it's interesting because 1983, they only had 3 channels. There was only 3 channels on TV. What is it? The UK, 3 BBC channels.
Before cable, you had like 3 channels.
That's crazy, but that is also crazy that he could call in.
And all those local channels.
That as like just a random person be like, I'm fucking worried, turn the TV
Yeah,
off.
that would never ever happen.
That would never happen. They say, fuck you, buddy, we just got paid $200,000 to put this ad on today.
Yeah.
We need this money.
People would be crank calling the TV stations all day to do shit like that.
Hurry, this next is gonna be bad. Everyone's head's gonna melt. Yeah,
you gotta stop. You gotta take it off now. Baba booey, Howard Stern's penis.
But yeah, it was pretty good. Like the stop it. He's just like yelling, stop it, stop it, because I think it's at the end of the day, it is a cry towards big business and how they are hypnotizing all of us, turning our brains into fucking mush, and peddling just bullshit nonsense to us.
Yeah, I think the ending might be another reference to Invasion of the Body Snatchers. But I'm too young to know about movies from the 60s. So
yeah,
you have to find out for yourself. Tommy Wallace, you know what else he directed? The only other movies he directed, I believe, were the It TV miniseries.
Oh, okay.
And John Carpenter's Vampires 2.
Vampires 2.
Yeah. I don't know if Vampires 2 is even called John Carpenter's Vampires 2.
Maybe not. He didn't want to be associated with that.
Yeah. So,
he's
made a career off of like basically riding John Carpenter's coattails. He was also a member of the Coupe de Villes.
I thought you were going to say Ku Klux Klan for a second. Coupe de
that
Villes,
too.
what's that?
But,
what's the difference? What's Coupe de Villes?
The Coupe de Villes.
What is
It's
it?
John Carpenter's band. This is a problem, Russ. We've been doing this show for too long. You're too inundated with movie facts.
Oh, wow.
And you can't remember any of them.
No, I can't remember jack
It's too much.
Yeah.
You might have seen the great music video for Big Trouble in Little China with Tommy Lee Wallace and John Carpenter and Nick Castle, who I believe was the Shape in the original Halloween.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
Do we watch that on a podcast?
To create images
映
is
像はいつも
always a
可
challenge.
能性への挑戦だ
Digital magic.